Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome to today's Bitcoin video update for Saturday 23 of October. And before I dive into today's analysis, I want to show you a small clip from yesterday. Alright, up anytime you came here, up and in here as well, you might see that now keep in mind that if you lose the 10 EMA, the 20 moving average is your next support, which is this one. And you can already see it's the wall, it's the previous wall that I made a couple of days ago. Okay, it's this wall right there. Do you see an area of influence right here? Okay, Bitcoin always tried to go above this line in the previous history from February to May, and then we had a big dump towards the 30,000 level, big level of support right there. This is because we have the next big level of support right there, and the next level of support is of course going to be, yeah, so I told you guys, if you lose the 10 EMA, okay, you're actually going to tackle the 20 EMA. Now there's one thing I want to show you guys. Now I took my Fibonacci retracements, and let me redraw this for clarity. All right, I'm gonna take the 53,000 level once again, and I'm gonna go all the way back down to this level. And yeah, you can see straight right off the bat that we are kind of respecting the 1.414. Okay, we're going down based on the Fibonacci retracements. All right, now if we do lose the 1.414, we're looking for a 1.272. okay, if we lose that, of course you can see the 55 EMA is trying to creep up into the 53,000 level. And I told you in yesterday's video, this swing high actually is a huge support. Okay, now until I don't see some loss of things, I cannot say that Bitcoin is going to go into any bearish mode at the moment. Okay, and yeah, one more thing is that keep an eye that in the bull market, okay, we actually pay attention to some of the few coins right here. Okay, we pay attention to the moving averages, okay, the 10 and the 20. Now whenever you start an uprise, you come back to the 10, you go up, you come back to the 10, sometimes you just come to 20 and 20, okay, and you keep moving until you don't come to the 55 EMAs. Now don't be surprised, okay, if Bitcoin today if it tries to go to almost $58,000, okay, that's completely normal. Okay, that's where the 20 is right now. Okay, this is, you can see on the left side, the 20 is sitting at $58,000. okay, now for me on the long term, okay, we we're still moving up. Okay, we're moving all the way to the upward direction. Okay, I'm gonna take 64,000 to $28,000, and for me right now, okay, we're just gonna keep moving until we don't reach the 1.61, and for me that completes the third wave. Okay, I'm gonna tell you once again about the what do we call this, Elliott wave theory. Okay, so this is going to be your first wave, your second wave, your third wave. It could go to 90. Okay, I'm not saying you couldn't get the third wave top to $90,000. Okay, but $100,000 is bound to happen anytime soon. Okay, be it this month, be in November, be in December. Okay, we're gonna reach 100K. Remember that. And it's not financial advice though, and we could go to 80,000, but for me, let's say we go to 100K, we come back for the fourth wave to 1.272, and we keep moving all the way towards $200,000, which is my price prediction, at least for this bull market. Okay, so yeah, everything's still in play. There's nothing to worry about. It took like 20 days. Okay, Bitcoin was moving from $40,000, and in 20 days it went to almost $67,000. Now if you do have a small correction, I don't know why people are losing their minds. Okay, it's completely okay and perfect, and we went down. Okay, now there's another thing I want to talk about, and that's the recent this, you see this high of 67,000 and the recent swing low right there. Okay, now what we are doing is we're retracing into a level of support here, and that's the 0.5. Do you see that? This is the 0.5 right now, and it's being held. As a matter of fact, it's being held. So if we lose this level today, well, for me the next level is here. Remember that. Okay, we're gonna have to come down and we have a huge level of influence just right there. And I've told you now that why we have a strong reason here. This is the wall, okay? We have the previous trend line moving up here, another trend line moving up there. The 20 EMA is also creeping up here. You lose this level, then you go all the way down to 55 EMAs, okay? Now for me, Bitcoin is looking good, okay? It's looking good for continuation towards the upside. I'm keeping a midterm view until 100k, and until I don't see that, the chart telling me that, hey, I'm not gonna go up now, I'm gonna move down, okay? That's where for me, I'm gonna say, okay, that's it for Bitcoin. We're not going to 100k, okay? And remember, we're still in an uptrend. Up, down, up, a little bit down, we're going up, a little bit down, we're going up, another downfall, but then we're gonna keep moving upwards, okay? Now this one was required, this correction was a little bit required, and then we're gonna move towards the upside, okay? Now there's a coin I want to check today from the comments, and DGB, okay? Let's talk about this coin and its future and where it's gonna go. Now very quickly, I do see a pattern, okay? This is your left shoulder, your head, and you have your right shoulder, okay? In the short term, guys, in the short term for DGB, I'm gonna just kind of zone in here, and I'm gonna take the neckline here. Do you see this huge resistance? Let me hide the EMAs today. Right, so there's a resistance right there, okay? We've been trying to get out of, look, one touch, second touch, third touch, one touch, second touch, okay? And DGB, if it breaks out of this inverse head and shoulders, your next target from there to there is going to be this is your next target, okay? 0.06887, and now this is the technical target from wherever you break out of this inverse head and shoulder. If you break out of here, you go to 0.66, okay? Now let's see in terms of Fibonacci retracement if this target is already on the resistance line. So I'm gonna take the recent swing high of the September dump, okay? That's the September dump all the way down there, okay? Yeah, and that nearly takes you to the 0.786. Now let's say we actually break out of this place, it takes you nearly to the 0.786. Do you see that? There's a collision there, there's a big meet in here and link right there, okay? And that actually is a good sign, because if you cross the 0.618, okay, and you reach here, you come down for a retest, you hold the 0.618, okay, then you're good to move towards the upside, and that's the 0.12119 in the midterm, okay? Maybe when Bitcoin goes to 100k, you might see 0.12 per DGB, and DGB is a good project, by the way. It is a good project. Now let's see the longer term forecast by the end of this bull run. I'm gonna take the recent all-time high to the low, okay? Is this the all-time high? Yeah, this is the all-time high to the low right there. And for me, now that we're breaking out of here, it still has a lot of work to do, okay? It still has a lot of work to do. Now, as I said, remember, right now we find support at 0.2386. When inverse head and shoulders get broken, it takes you to the 0.382, which is the 0.06. And from here, do you remember when I said in the smaller Fibonacci retracement that if you break the 0.618, you're gonna go to 0.12? That means that you're gonna go all the way to 0.786, moving like this upside, and that's good again in the long-term frame, that you're gonna break the 0.618 level of 0.09, and if you break out of this level, if you go all the way back to the all-time high, then for me, you're looking for 0.54 per DGB in this bull run, okay? Keep that in mind, or it's even safe to say the starting price where you should be taking profits from this level, okay, 0.2987. But it makes 100% sense that if you break the golden ratio, this is going to be your next target. Now, I'm going to look at the other coin here, HBAR. Yeah, so very quickly, I'm trying to figure out what HBAR is doing in there. Okay, and I'm gonna try to map this out now. So I'm gonna take this high to that low right there. Yeah, And look at that, okay? Look for the HBAR. Look at the HBAR here. We have 0.618 being broken, and I told you, whenever you break the 0.618, it always makes sense to go to 1.618 and have resistance. And that's exactly what is happening, okay? I'm telling you this in so many videos. Break the golden ratio, you're good to go to the 1.618. And look, we came in here, hit our head at the 786, came a little bit down, we consolidated on the 0.5, held support, boom, we crossed the 0.618, we went up, okay, and we kept moving to the 1.618, and that's where we hit our head, okay? This is where we find level of resistance for the HBAR, okay? So that was a very, very nice profit gain. If you entered from, if you see the 0.618 crossed, that's almost like 1000% gain from there, okay, which is pretty nice. Now we're continuing, and we've broken out of the 1.618, okay? The story doesn't end here. We came a little bit down to 1.272, we held support, and what is happening now is that we're making some sort of triangle. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit in there later on, okay? But at the moment, okay, we're trying to cross the 1.618, and your next target is the 2, okay, until 2.272, which is the $1.4 region. You could even see a price appreciation for $3 in this bull run, but it's safe to say $1.4 is on the cards for HBAR, and HBAR is looking quite good. I want to dive into the smaller time frame, and let's see. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit because I do see a pattern right now that is playing out for HBAR, okay? So I'm gonna take, I do see this, maybe is it a triangle, or in my opinion this is like a, taking this from here, that's like an ascending triangle right now that we're forming, okay? Or you can make this one as a symmetrical triangle, but there's not any trend line right there. So this one's gonna be an ascending triangle, okay? And yeah, I'm gonna just put that in there. So now that we're consolidating in this triangle in here, so we have a decision coming 1st of November maximum, okay? We're reaching the apex until 1st or 3rd of November in there, and wherever you break out, okay, now keep in mind that you could break towards the downside as well. So to take the trade of HBAR, we want to see a clear breakout, a retest. This is where you enter at the retest, and boom, you're good to go towards the upside. Now what's the technical target of this consolidation phase? I'm gonna draw this again, trend line, okay? I'm gonna take the height there to the bottom there, and considering wherever we break out, your next target is 0.56, takes you almost near this recent high before the September dump, okay? Now do keep in mind we have that one right there, and let's see the Fibonacci retracements as well if we have any stops right there, okay? So I'm gonna take recent high to the bottom, and let's see. Yeah, so we are crossing the 0.618, and we're going to cross the 0.786, and in the immediate midterm, okay, you're looking at 1.618, and from there we could go to 2.272 or 1.7 here. Now remember that 1.3 is almost near to that 1.4 that I was talking about previously, okay, in the higher time frame. I'm gonna just undo all these drawings, and this level is what I was talking about. It's very, very near, and they're linking the 1.3 and the 2.272 $1.4 region, okay? Yeah, so do keep in mind HBAR is looking for this price target, and I'm gonna do dot is one of the most amazing projects. Polkadot, okay, Polkadot came from a very, very low standing point. Now let's see. I'm gonna take the recent swing high right there and to the low, okay, and we have kind of reached the peak, okay? We went all the way up, crossed the 0.618. We look for 1.618 price appreciation. That one gets crossed, okay? We went to the 2.272, consolidated, went back up to the 3.618. Now there was a huge dump from the 3.618 level, and I'm going to tell you what happened. Now, because I'm going to kind of zoom in here. I'm going to zoom in so that we can see clearly with dot. Okay, now I told you, you crossed the 0.618, the 1.618 was there. Now there's one problem. When you cross something, you always want to go back for a retest. But DOT was so bullish back then, it just kept on going. Consolidated here. I think it just went, made a bull pennant like that, okay? It kept moving up, consolidated, it made another double top. It's a bearish pattern, came down, find support at the 2.618. But there's one thing that never really happened. When you cross the 1.618, it never came back for a support and move up. Okay, now what it did is went here, find resistance at the 3.618, consolidate a little bit, and it came all the way down and look right bang on the money, man. Like 1.618 is where it find its support. Okay, now you can make a case now, a scenario that DOT is looking to go to $61, okay, in the short term. Now this is the short term price prediction I'm telling you, because look, it failed to go up here, but now it is trying to go up there. And if you lose this level of support, it might come down to $20, but I don't see that. I don't see that for DOT at the moment in the higher time frame. Okay, so in the immediate short term, we're looking for a $61 on DOT. Okay, but now this was back in the history. I'm taking you back in 20 of August, okay, and I'm trying to lay my Fibonacci retracement back in September of 20th, and I'm trying to tell you where DOT is going. Okay, now if I was back in time, I could have told you that if we crossed the 0.618, we're going to the 1.618, and you can see DOT exactly did that thing. We went there, even above there. Now what's my price prediction by the end of the bull run for DOT? Okay, now this is your recent swing high, okay, to the low there, and we've already crossed the 0.618, and the history is repeating itself. Okay, this is the 0.618. Have you seen this one being crossed? Okay, now for me, we're going all the way to $127 for DOT in this bull cycle. Now you might even see a $230 by the end of the bull run, but it's really safe to say that $127 is right there on the cards. Okay, so keep that in mind for DOT. Now I'm thinking about another coin called Chiliz. And Chiliz is a very good project. It's a football token project right there, and yeah, and we've seen Chiliz rising like a monster back in the days. There was two coins that launched on Binance, and that was Chiliz and there was Chromium CHR, and they both went like for 2-3 days, man. From wherever it broke out, look at this price appreciation. That was 4,000% up price. Now do keep in mind that Chiliz is a giant. Now if I go back in time, I take fibs from the top there to the bottom. Okay, yeah, it went nearly the 3.618. okay, it didn't go all the way up to 0.618. okay, there's a time where you came in, you crossed the golden ratio right there. Okay, and from this place it was bounded to go to 1.618. If you're back in time, this is where you could have it. Now that we broke out of here, we even went more higher. Okay, we went even more higher. Now there's a pattern that I want to show you. And okay, one more thing. If we break out of this area, if we break out of this symmetrical triangle, you're looking for 1.44 and you're looking for $3.9 per Chiliz right now. Okay, it's at 0.32. So do keep in mind we're looking for almost $4 by the market cycle top of Chiliz. Okay, we could have it, and it's very, very possible, because if you break out of here, go to find resistance at the $1.44, and then you can retrace a little bit and then move towards the $4 price region. Okay, now let me zoom in for the immediate short term and the mid-term price levels. Okay, now there's this huge triangle we've been trapped inside. Okay, go down, came up, went up, came down, go up, try to cross again, went down, try to cross here again, and now we're just kind of consolidating in here. Okay, there's one more thing zooming in for Chiliz. Let's look in detail. Let's look in detail what it's trying to do. Now remember, if we break out of this symmetrical triangle towards the upside, okay, if we break out, for example, if we break out here, and the decision is is coming very soon. The maximum time for this decision for Chiliz is 1st of December. Okay, we're not going to go above 1st of December. So the squeeze happening. Okay, we're just moving, and we're gonna keep moving and moving. And before that, even if we break out today, let's say we break out in 2 or 3 days, you break out of here, you're going all the way to 1.113. Okay, and that's the price prediction for Chiliz. And I'm gonna take the fibs from the recent swing high to the swing bottom, and you can see we're finding huge resistance at the 0.5 level. Okay, this is a huge resistance right there. We do have a strong support at the 0.236. Okay, we've completed 0.236. Now what I want to see for Chiliz is we break out of the 0.618. Okay, and that takes you to a price appreciation of $2.8, and from there we could even go to $5. Okay, but I do think Chiliz can do $4. Okay, it could do $4. Okay, don't sleep on Chiliz. It's not a financial advice though, but we could see a $4 on Chiliz as well. It's a very good project. It's a football token project. It's listed on so many exchanges. It's on Coinbase, it's on Binance, it's on major exchanges. Okay, it has major even trading pairing for dollars, pounds, for a lot of currencies out there. Okay, now but based on charts, okay guys, based on charts here, there's an inverse head and shoulders. Do you see this? This is your left shoulder, your head, and you're forming your right shoulder right there. Okay, now wherever you break out of, I'm gonna put this as the neckline. Okay, now do you see we did a breakout, and this is the reason why I tell you retests are so important. You retest, you go up. The retest failed. Okay, now there's two things. You also hit your head on this resistance. Okay, did you see that? It just went up, and this was the past resistance, and it hit its head on that resistance. And now what is it doing? It's trying to get across the neckline out here, and we want to see Chiliz being held from this level right there. Okay, you can even make a small triangle right here. Okay, another triangle like this one is forming. Okay, so there's a decision in the short term until 31 or 30 of October. Okay, you might be moving up and up and up. You get a squeeze, boom. Okay, you break out of that inverse head and shoulder, and this is your technical target from the top to the bottom, depending on where you break out. Okay, that takes you back almost near from where you formed the the September dump. Okay, now if you see a clear breakout like that, it could come down for a retest. Okay, of a retest, and from here, this is your entry point. Right? You can trade this one. You can trade this inverse head and shoulder. You break out, retest. Okay, take a nice small profit, which can be from here to there, a 31% profit in the short term. Okay, and that means if you're investing $100, you can make $130 from there, right? And from here, be careful though. You could come down to retest the trend line just to keep on moving towards the $1.1, okay, or $1 at least for Chiliz. Okay, in the midterm, you could see Chiliz going to $1, and that's very, very possible. I mean, look at the history. Okay, when it rises, it doesn't stop. Okay, do you see what's happening here? We went up. From here we went up. Okay, it takes a long consolidation, but once you start moving, it really moves. And Chiliz, guys, these are huge green candles. These red candles were very well deserved. Okay, and it took a very long consolidation time, or whatever you want to say. And I do see a very huge rise in Chiliz in the coming days. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but do keep in mind that Chiliz is gonna move like a giant that it is during that time. Now, is there any other coin that people are asking me to check? AVAX to USDT. I'm gonna do this one right now. Yeah, AVAX is oh my goodness, is do you see this? This is almost the same pattern as DOT. This is the same pattern as DOT that we saw previously. Yeah, this nearly the same thing. Wow, it's like DOT. Okay, so I'm not gonna go into the details of AVAX right now that much, but I'm gonna take the top to the bottom. But before that, look, we have it. We made a beautiful double bottom right there. When for the retracement, we hit our head at levels, some level of resistance right there. Actually, let me take this top to the bottom right there. Yeah, can we say the wick, or do we count? Yeah, I'm just gonna take this one. Okay, now, yeah, we went all the way up, come down. We find the test support for AVAX at 1.272 right there. Now in here, let's see. We reached near the 3.618, came down, find another level of support at the 2.272. We came up and then we moved all the way down and we didn't find the biggest support at the 1.272 level. Now that we're climbing back, okay, we're climbing back, going all the way up, and you can see we hit our head at the 3.618. Do you see the September dump was because we hit our head at the $79 region, and now we are trying to go back and try the 3.618 level. If we cross this one, you're going to see $141 in the short term or the midterm, hopefully, for AVAX, and that's almost a price appreciation of like 100%. That's like double of your money investment right there for AVAX. I do see this is very probable, okay, for AVAX. AVAX is looking very good, and we can go all the way to $141 or $140 for AVAX. Okay, now let's take the bull cycle top. I'm going to take my Fibonacci retracements right there, and at the moment, very soon, do we cross? Yeah, we do. The good news is that we've already crossed the. Sorry. Yeah, we've already crossed our 0.618, which is the golden ratio. Now, from the 0.618, I want to see $200 in the midterm for AVAX, and we could very well go to $400. AVAX is looking actually good. Okay, it's looking bullish. It's looking bullish. Now let's go on the short term frame. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in on the short-term trends in there like that. And do we have an inverse head and shoulders? No, but we do have a channel that was broken. Okay, this channel. Do you see this was a level of resistance that find a breakout like that? I don't know if this is a. You might make. Yeah, but this was a downtrend channel. Okay, we were moving like this, up and down, up and down, up and down, and finally we've broken, and the next target by default is where you form that channel. Okay, on the short term, I'm telling you, we might go to $79, $80. Keep in mind, you're looking for an $80 of AVAX. Okay, now if I take the recent swing high there to the swing low, okay, what do we have? We're trying to cross the 0.618 right there. Okay, and look, we've already find we find a resistance. Did you see that? I'm gonna go into the 4-hour time frame. I'm gonna go into the 4-hour time frame, and we're gonna see we're really trying to cross the 0.618. Look at that. We find resistance at the 0.618. Now if we cross the 0.618, we're looking very, very, very good to go towards the $104 per AVAX. Okay, you might come down for a retracement. You might do something like you come to, yeah, if you cross the 0.618, come down for a retest, boom, go to 1.618, come down to $89, and then we can move all the way maybe to 2.272 and even higher. Okay, who knows, we could even go to the top here, which is the $329. But for me, I do see a price appreciation in the future for 104. You could even go to 106, $200, $400. Okay, we're gonna time will tell. And yeah, is there anything that I can tell you about AVAX in here? Is there anything? Can we try to actually analyze this top to the bottom right there, and let's see the level of resistance we're finding. Yeah, for this time frame, we have crossed the 0.618. Okay, we tried to actually go near the 1.618, but it did fail when we came down here. Now we are trying to go back there. Okay, so I think that's it for today's update. I hope you guys keep supporting, and it really means a lot. I'm getting a lot of positive comments. Thank you so much for everyone who's actually supporting the channel. Okay, it means a lot to me, and I do think that Bitcoin is going to do $2 million. Okay, if you want to know about the $2 million price range, you can go to the channel. Okay, it's Salam Coins right there. And out of these videos, you can see I have a video of $2 million is my next price target, okay, by 2026. Now I do have a plan though. My plan is to make to put these videos out there for you every single day, and update you about Bitcoin for the next coming years, 4 years to be exact, until we do not reach to $2 million in 2026. Okay, so yeah, I mean, thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow with a new video update. Allah Hafiz.